to $4 million.
The time is 6 a.m.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Hey, Nita is here!
Look here, guys.
Listen.
With the Santa yard.
Yes.
Look here. I'm walking this morning. I said, no, man. I feel like I reach at the closets.
Hey, listen, you know what? You see, in my community, Tammy, I'm not seeing any decorations up. And I'm saying, where is the Christmas?
All in here.
Oh.
Every last piece I hit. It looks nice, though. I haven't seen it in person. I've only seen it on the TV, and you're seeing it on TV or on your screen. And I'm hoping that it is giving you a little Christmas vibes this third day of December. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, listen, before we forget Tango, me not forget, as my member me ever said, happy birthday, Tango General, Tango Entertainment.
That's amazing. Happy birthday, Tango. I'm not going to forget it. Happy birthday to my sister from another, Mr. Smita. I love you. Have a great birthday today. So have a great day.
And that means
yes. So 22 days till Christmas? That's crazy to me.
Cannot believe that.
Yeah, I
22
can.
days. No, listen. It was just the other day I saw vision boards being done. I mean, like, that was in January. I know it's, listen, December.
I know we're bored of the vision. What if the vision board are come to you and the vision board have to talk, you have to say, look here, how else me for word this? I used to love doing a vision board at the top of the year, but I stopped doing it for such a long time now, and I actually said to myself, next year, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to write it and make it plain. I am going to put up all of the pictures. I'm going to, really embody all of that. And so something else I want to start doing as well is journaling again, just writing a little bit of how I'm feeling, what is happening, because I just think it's important that we can process these things.
It's good to document those things.
You have to take care of yourself a little bit, man. And as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, sometimes there's just nothing left for me at the end of a day. Sometimes me I deal with it. Imagine me I get ready this morning, IT. And you and me know, so we wake up early in the morning.
Yeah, especially when you're working here.
Yeah, especially when you work here, so. And, it's 4:30 in the morning and two of my children are awake. Man. Who now feel sick, who want a snack. And I'm like, it's 4:30. Like, what are you doing here? Hi, Ivy. Hi, Oz. Hi, Momo.
They're watching.
It's just, what I'm saying is, if we're not careful, our whole entire day is devoted to other people, and no time is left for ourselves, especially in this season when we're busy doing for everybody else, trying to create magic and memories and.
Tammy, I know I have been on this earth for quite a long time.
I know.
And when I
you and Jesus, the dead of the day. At his birthday.
But Tammy, I can tell you this. You see, it's the first time I'm living in a season where people make you feel bad, even not helping. That's a good thing, So you not help, no, they make you feel bad.
Oh gosh.
I'm saying, whoa, but I mean, let me talk about how you're looking this morning.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
thank you,
so
my
beautiful.
friend.
The color. I mean,
a lot of colors.
People understand that sometimes you have to. you feel good when you put yourself together and you say, you know, I'm going to wear my color in my spirit.
True.
You know what I mean? So she's wearing bright colors, so it brightens her spirit.
What about you?
Me?
Which color is in your spirit?
That's a good question.
I love this gray, and the tie is this wonderful, like a
color.
pop.
It's a little pink in it. Yeah, it pick up back here.
Yeah, exactly. It works together. It works together. But you know, we're just happy to be here with you. We're just happy that you chose to be here with us. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Sunrisers.
And we, as usual, if you see us on the screen, it is Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
And it's the hump day, and it's the day we're gonna get over and get through together. I think we should start with a verse of the day.
Absolutely. So Nehemiah said, "Go and enjoy good food, sweet drinks, and send some to those who have nothing prepared." This is scripture, you know. This day is holy to our Lord. Do not grieve, for the joy of the Lord is your strength.
Amen.
You know, we always hear people quote that last part of the text. For the joy of the Lord is your strength. Yes, right there in Nehemiah 8, verse 10.
Love that.
That's a practical verse this morning.
I mean, and it's been there.
It's been there. It's been there.
The rules are simple.
You know, Christmas is a time of giving.
Yes.
But it's been given before Christmas started. You know what I mean? I
saw this meme that said, "Dear God, think I could get some money for celebrate Jesus' birthday? me need some money for throwing birthday party." That's why it's. So I was like, that's so funny how it's I mean, Christmas has turned into a lot of different things for a lot of different people. But I think this year, based on what has happened here in Jamaica, it has a whole new meaning and understanding on what it really means to give. I was talking to my children and talking to them about gifts this year and talking to them about how things are going to look different this year.
Yes, it's already looking different.
You know what? Children are just...
Them don't care, Tammy.
Business. I saw this thing that said, ask your children what they got last Christmas before you buy them anything else this Christmas. Make them tell you what them get last Christmas.
Them remember.
Them can't tell you. So... As parents, as aunties, uncles, grandparents, don't put yourself under this tremendous pressure to have to provide something or give something. And a pressure time this
is a pressure time.
And a pressure time. You know, I hope all of the people them are wait for that. No. And a pressure time.
And we have to care for everybody though, irrespective of what Tammy is saying. It's true.
Yeah. And we ain't nobody listen to that part there. Yeah. A pressure time. This message don't apply to you. Joke.
Yeah, Wayne. Listen, Wayne. All right, we want to talk about the International Disability Day today because it is International Disability Day. That means the International Day of People with Disability or otherly abled.
Yes, differently abled,
Yes, differently abled. Promoted by the United Nations since 1992. The aim of International Disability Day is to encourage a better understanding of people affected by disabilities and to help make people more aware of their rights, dignity, and welfare, as well as raise awareness about the benefits of integrating disabled persons into every aspect of life, from economic to political to social and cultural aspects. PEST.
And that is today.
That's today.
December 3rd, International Day of Persons with Disabilities. I tell you learn something new every day on this show.
Yes, December 3rd.
Something interesting is that also today on this day in Jamaican history, December 3rd, 1976, reggae legend Bob Marley, his wife Rita, and his manager Don Taylor were wounded in an assassination attempt at Marley's home in Kingston. So despite the attack, Marley famously performed 2 days later at the Smile Jamaica concert, which was intended to promote peace amid political tensions. Boy, Marley's famous response was, the people who are
trying to make this world worse. Not taking a day off. Oh, can I?
That is it. That is it. Ironically, also on this same day in 1999,
what happened?
The British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, announced that Bob Marley's song One Love was chosen as the official anthem for the millennium.
For the millennium.
Look at that.
Think about that, you know?
Yeah.
That's a Jamaican, and we're still talking about him. In fact, we're talking about Jamaican still, because let me just say this quickly. About over a month ago, we were so down because we are sports people, and we felt down because Reggae Boys didn't automatically qualify. But after that, basketball, Reggae girls, bobsled, you know, it just out of nowhere in the same week. In fact, the basketball team won again.
Ajo?
They won the first match 92-90. And the return leg, they won 97-92. Yes.
Amazing.
Again.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it.
I mean, it's the first time the bobsled teams are getting gold.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no,
and
amazing.
And girls score 18. In fact, I hear somebody say...
Them score what?
18.
1-8?
Like
Nisa?
1-8. Like, yeah. So the regular girls coach...
Who did I play?
But the regular girls coach is being requested to coach.
That's good. I mean, I guess you have involved in them someday. Look, you are in the cat tap about that on Friday. Oh my goodness. We do want to make a huge shout out to our Mrs. Claus, our very own Mrs. Claus of the decor world.
Yes.
Karen Booker for our very festive Christmas decor specially curated by Karen Booker, our design diva. And for all your Christmas decor inspo hacks, you can check out Karen at Karen Design Diva Booker or call 876-421-6298.
Listen,
I like
people,
that.
if you don't know her, she's that good. She could represent Jamaica in decor.
Design.
In design and decor.
Yeah, why
anyway.
not? I would love to know, like, what are some of the other things that we should be doing? Like, you know, you have track and field and this and that, but we should have some other thing. Like, I feel like we could have do
fencing.
Like, no, I was gonna say something like cussing.
Cussing?
You know, when people are trace people, like, we could have get goal in a tracing.
Some people have that pattern.
You know, like when you said design things, there are other things that we could be doing very well, you know, if they would have just opened up the lane for we.
And hustling too.
Hustling, man. Me and my sister were talking about it the other day. If you have one job, count yourself as lucky because nowadays, a 2 and 3 job people have. I mean, I feel no way about it. It's all right. It's fine.
It's fine.
Let's do it. Let's do this, you know.
Me.
Speaking of more than one job, our CVM Rebuild Jamaica initiative is also in full effect.
Yes.
So happy to hear this. The team continues the effort tomorrow in Trelawney, where we'll deliver meals in partnership with mothers. We're also calling on viewers to join the cause by donating non-perishables, water, sanitary items, and you guys know it, the clothing. If you come to CVM Television, which is 69 Constant Spring Road, you can help us to fill up the truck as we head west.
Speaking of heading west, I can tell us something. I was heading west last weekend, right? So, them say I must call Superintendent Minto. Yes, I said, we never call Superintendent Minto. They say, I just trust me. Because when I went there, I didn't go through Santa Cruz, that area there. Yeah, that's the trouble in here.
Right.
So, I call Superintendent, I send him my proper, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you went through all the proper chains.
Yes, you know what I mean? The proper thing. People, when you're going to Santa Cruz, find Superintendent Coleridge Minto. Yes, call him up. He's the head down there.
I had to get to the meat of the matter.
So tell me, when the outrider, the escort racing, I said, you know, I thought it was going to be a normal day.
Right.
No, Tommy. The man stand up on the bike.
Him did that. I wish we had a video of it to show everybody.
No, listen. You haven't seen the video. We'll show you probably Friday or one of these days. Tommy, and let me tell you the secret now, Tommy. I have never had so many people watch a video.
No, your video went viral.
In my entire life.
It went viral.
Tell me.
Yeah.
When I post my video on a Sunday, I said, good morning. Jesus said, and then scroll.
They don't even like it.
You know what I mean?
Them scroll, they might all mute you.
I don't understand it. But tell me, that video, I don't know what about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I want to say congratulations to the JCF. And, you know, some good things are happening. Even though there are so many other things, let us take some time to just focus on some good things.
Yes. No joke. I love that. And it was, you know, let me tell you the truth about social media. Who knows what is going to do what, when it go viral, not go viral. Who knows? And people are always, you have to remember this, people are always commenting or sharing their opinion from where they are and from how they're experiencing life. And so there were people who thought it was hilarious. There are people who are like, man, I love this. There are people who are, it doesn't matter. Like, it's interesting to see all that.
Please
do it again, though. Do it again. I had to say, once our next video got viral, so now help him out. Listen.
It's birthdays. I started this morning with birthdays.
Yes.
Bigging up my brother in Tango who was born today, December 3. I want to big up my niece, Kayan, on national TV. My first niece, Kayan, I say happy birthday to you. She was December the 2nd. And my nephew, cousin, Lovell was the 2nd. And Robert was the 2nd. And John, my brother-in-law, Karen's brother, was the 2nd.
Okay, I'm just going to leave. You keep going.
That's just 3. That's about 5 birthdays.
That was about 16.
I never reached my birthday yet.
Miss say soon. 3 days to go. 3 days to go, don't it? Yeah, see my account.
But Edmund Curtis Bartlett, the Jamaican politician and the current Minister of Tourism, and he is also the Member of Parliament for St. James East Central. And today is his birthday.
Amazing. Happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. If anybody else is celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary today, happy birthday to you. We are wishing you a wonderful day ahead, but also an incredible year ahead. And really, maybe take a moment today to just reflect on how far you've come. Because trust me, I'm sure where you are today is not where you were a year ago. So yeah, we love that.
Have a wonderful sorrel, gungo peas, Christmas pudding
time.
day.
Oh man. I also saw a thing that said, if my born in December, do not give me a birthday gift and call it a Christmas gift too.
It's true, man. It's not fair.
I know you don't love it. But you're born in the early parts, so you feel a little different. You get way. All right, guys, we have an amazing show planned for you today. But before we go to the break, here is your daily dose of a pocket of sunrise.
Here we go. Stay tuned.
Any day now.
It's coming up.
The time by Sagicor is
6:15 a.m.
This is Jamaica's season for giving thanks for what matters. It's the time to show up, be there for each other, and to feed our hope for a brighter tomorrow. Celebrate being together with a KFC festive feast. Get the new festive 9 bucket. Proceeds from each festive feast purchase go towards hurricane relief. KFC is finger licking good.
What do you girl? I feel stressed out. 2 months from my baby and a peer problem with breastfeeding. The baby not getting enough milk like when I'm at the hospital.
So why you never tell me?
I didn't even know. I now rest. A peer problem with breastfeeding. People keep on telling me something to give the baby bush tea and say it good for him. Then my friend them tell me say if I breastfeed, my breast are gonna drop.
No go so. A 5 hour me breastfeed. I don't know my breast them. No make nobody stress you out. Because if you stress, you're not going to produce enough milk. I better you ask your nurse or your doctor. Me hear the matter about breastfeeding support with the clinic. Then teach the young mothers how to breastfeed properly. And take care of the picnic. Then teach our family to, you know.
I don't eat Friday when I go clinic.
And make sure you ask about the breastfeeding support group and join.
Thank you, Mommy. I don't know what me to do without you.
Breastfeeding is an act of love that bonds mothers and babies and provides mothers protection by lowering their risk of developing cervical and breast cancer. Breast is best. This is a message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Here at Azan Super Center, you can fill your Christmas list.
It's a Christmas to remember. Get ready for Azan Super Center's Super Sale. From now until Christmas, experience the sale event of the season with incredible savings and super deals. Come get your decorations, lights, gifts, and all the best items for your Christmas party. Why ship when you can shop at Azan Super Center? Our sale is on, so why wait for freight?
So this Christmas, make it Azan Super Center for sure.
It's a lifestyle.
Let's delve deep into the issues. we'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Center.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Feliz Navidad. You know what that means? That means happy birthday.
Yes.
Did you know? No, it means Merry Christmas. Sorry, Nastasia, and no, I shouldn't embarrass you on national TV. It's Feliz Cumpleaños.
Cumpleaños Feliz. I saw a thing, I may see a whole heap of thing it looked like, and it was a sign that said for lease.
Oh.
And somebody spray painted underneath Navidad. For lease Navidad. That's funny.
Listen, welcome back to the show, and thanks for making it sunrise. Listen, it's 6:21 in the morning, and that means it's a time when I say...
We have to do Spanish one. When TK come panapa, we no want bad news panapa. Only good news panapa. With the vibes. Pan the tap. When TK come panapa, we no want bad news panapa. Only the vibes panapa. With the vibes pan the tap panapa. See? I gave you a whole day on the fly. You know, I don't think I get paid enough.
I don't think so either. All the skills, all the talents.
All the skills I bring to the table.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Sunrise. Me llamo Tony K and I eat that.
Tony K. She gave us a full name.
Okay. Full name. Good morning. You look festive. Welcome to the set in December.
Wow.
How is it feeling?
It's
talking
nice
about
to be at the
look
classes.
festive. This.
You see how Karen sort us out? Karen book us sort us out for the set for the September.
Yeah, man.
You see what I mean?
See where you there.
I'll book Karen, yeah?
All right, we are going to jump into the headlines. Have some updates for you. Let's jump into it. NHF boosts processing of prescriptions in hurricanes aftermath. The National Health Fund, the NHF, is providing vital medications to Jamaicans in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, with 148,061 prescriptions processed for the period of November 1 to 20. The figure represents a 1.6% increase over the 145,718 prescription count across drugstore facilities for the similar 20-day period in October. Chief Executive Officer of the NHF, Everton Anderson, stated that more than 90% of the public sector facilities from which pharmacy services are provided have resumed the filling of prescriptions, with all the main pharmacy locations currently operational. The remaining 10% experienced major structural damage, and services are being monitored and delivered through mobile pharmacy units, with the most severely affected parishes being supplemented with units as well. The overarching goal is to eliminate financial barriers to healthcare for Jamaicans. So that's great news.
I love that.
That's fantastic news.
It's great news.
There are some persons who can't live without their medications, you know. And
literally.
I mean, so to ensure that they get it, even through the mobile units, is very good news.
I always wonder, like, you know, when things like this happen, I'm like, why doesn't this happen all the time?
Yes, right through there.
Because it seems like a great idea, and it's a great way to get to people, especially who can't get to. But I think about elderly for things like this, even, and I think it's a wonderful thing. I always book up long lines at pharmacies every single time, and I always used to be like, why are the lines so long? Why it takes so long? And then one day somebody said to me, do you know why the lines are so long, or why you have a wait for your prescription? And I was like, I don't. And they were like, because literally, if they don't get it right back there, you're going to be in a situation.
Yes, that's so true.
So the amount of care that has to be taken with your medication, because the difference between putting 0.5, 1 dose, 3 times a day, whatever it might be, could be life and death. And so for both parties, it is very important that we allow them to process it and let it take as long as it needs, which I don't think a lot of people realize. They're double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking back there for our safety as well. You know?
I think it's a great time to say good morning to all the pharmacists across the island, essential workers. You know, sometimes we don't think of it like that, you know, but if you think about it, rain, shine, earthquake, COVID, whatever, we need our pharmacists, the pharmacy technicians, anybody who's working back there. Super helpful and life-saving work that they're doing. You know, people need their medication.
Yeah, man, love this. Love to hear this.
I always say that I never got a doctor here that he's out because he's not well. I mean, even if I heard that, I would like, doctor sick, you know what I mean? That we don't even think that. But there are people like us.
Looks like a cool unit too. Looks like it's properly decked out and everything. So good job, NHF. Love that.
And to be able to really maintain and even increase what they're doing at this time in this season. It really just shows the tremendous work that's going on. So kudos. Thank you, pharmacists. A clap for the pharmacists. All right. So next up, same-day processing for driver's license on hold. So Tax Administration Jamaica, TAJ, is advising the public that it continues to experience technical issues affecting the processing of same-day driver's license. This disruption follows a recent scheduled maintenance activity that has impacted all tax offices, affecting driver's licenses, both new and renewals. All other services, including the payment of taxes and other related motor vehicle transactions, remain available. Pay a tax. You know what I mean? That's available. All right? During this time, just so you know, for clarity, you cannot get same day driver's license, but if you tax them, it open.
I'll be like, but I'm sure it said. Sorry, no, finish up your headline. Important that people know.
During this time, motorists are permitted to operate a motor vehicle using the receipt and the expired driver's license for up to 60 days. TAJ will notify customers when their printed driver's license is ready to be collected, and TAJ is assuring the public that a dedicated team is actively working to have the matter resolved and to restore full service in the shortest possible time. For further information, persons may contact TAJ Customer Care Center at 888-TAX-HELP, which is 888-829-4357, or visit the authority's website at www.jamaicatax.gov.jm.
I see. I know you stress out about that one day.
But you know, my license I now have, I'm going to keep it for some time because I told you, police stopped me and he said, IT is on the driver's license, but this is not IT.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I'm gonna
why? Excuse me, for clarity, why?
No, what he's saying, the person on the driver's license look more like IT.
But it's a Ian.
But no.
IT, it's not time for you to renew your license now.
Yes.
Do you have to take a test at your age? Like every time you
Yo, Tammy.
No,
I'm just curious. Do you?
People, this is my friend. Just so you know, this is my friend.
This is what I don't understand. You have to renew your license every 5 years. Nobody's checking on our marriage license. I think that is something that we should have to renew every 5 years.
No, review.
Not from the tax administration.
I'm just saying.
Not sure which department to take that on.
One, right?
Okay.
She said RGD in my ear. No, I think it would be a good thing for people to come together and to say, maybe not, but just to say, hey, how are things going? Let's see, maybe we should take a little test.
I don't hate it.
See if we should renew.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that idea.
Maybe sit down with some counsel, with a therapist, and you can address certain things.
Why not? Why no?
Why renew every other
because
license?
This institution is very different. It's ordained by God.
Right.
Yes, and that makes a difference. Don't talk.
I think data shows otherwise, that people actually do need to revisit and renew and have a sit down and look at it, and maybe something could be done in the way to say, hey, we know it is this, but maybe it is up for review.
Yeah, well, you cannot. You have other ways to do it rather than renewing the license.
I'm just saying.
You know, you have ways to refresh the marriage. You know what I mean?
Yes, but I'm saying that would be the idea.
That would kind of force you to have to refresh the marriage because you have to go in for every 5 years.
Yes, exactly.
I don't hate it. I think you're onto something.
I'll build it out.
You remember the song?
The men will be against it.
But there's a song in us, tell me. I wish that a marriage license was just like a driver's license that expires
see there?
2 years with an option to hold just in case love grows old.
Yeah.
Listen to something.
People are singing with you.
Big tune. That is a big tune.
With you. Yeah. Anyway, I think that was the why not headline. If you ask me.
It was not.
Okay.
It was not. It was not. Let's go to the actual why not Wednesday headline. In Beijing, in a jam, you can hire yourself a rescue. Beijing is one of the most populous cities in the world with a population of over 21 million people. The traffic in Beijing is so bad that people have come up with creative ways to avoid it. One such way is jam busting. For around 400 yuan, approximately $60 US, you can pay someone to come and rescue you from a traffic jam. This service involves hiring individuals, often on motorcycles, to navigate through congested areas and help drivers reach their destinations more quickly. Individuals on motorcycles would get through the traffic, often taking advantage of narrow gaps and alternative routes to bypass the gridlock. They would pick up stranded drivers and transport them through the congested areas, allowing them to save time and avoid being stuck in traffic. Now, while another person would take care of their car.
I love this.
Look here.
How you mean?
TK, I was just rescued.
How you mean?
Yes,
I was just rescued.
We saw how that worked out.
I was just rescued. I mean, so I'm telling you, it can be done.
Yes, we actually have a video of this happening right here in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a look at this. Let's see if we can see it.
Yeah,
just a little piece of it, just playing in the background. Because you can actually do it. It did not, I mean... Them say them have it or them don't have it. How they tell me to have the video, I don't have the video.
What video? No, I'm curious.
Okay, see?
Highlight and amplify. Sometimes it look like only the bad things get highlighted all the time. No, listen to me now, people. Made a trek out west and listen, we got the support of the JCF. And let me tell you something spectacular, scintillating skills were on display. Listen, as we were taken, and listen, the traffic was heavy, so we needed that kind of assistance to go through. And let me tell you something, Constable Bell, I salute you. I salute Superintendent Coleridge Minto, who organized everything for us because we needed to get there timely to the location. And let me tell you, we went through smoothly. Salute. If there was a competition, a world championships for outriders, for escort services, the JCF could represent in the world for Jamaica, may I tell you. In a weekend, we were celebrating bobsled, who got gold for us. The basketball players who won a match against Puerto Rico. I mean, inching into the World Cup qualifiers. I mean, so much thing to celebrate this weekend. The Reggae Girls, 18-0 to Dominica. Let us highlight those things and celebrate the best things about Jamaica. Let me tell you, man, Jamaica.
No.
Listen, that's not a rescue, that's VIP service.
Oh, my dear.
No.
That's VIP.
No.
That's not a rescuing.
Listen, call Superintendent Minto.
My Mr. Minto. Superintendent Minto said, we are telling
Superintendent Minto, turn off his phone right now.
No, they offer this. Listen, call the superintendent.
I know, but you had to get to the location for a particular time, so they were ensuring that you got there with your relief. It was relief items that you were delivering, right?
Absolutely, yes. And you know, you have to arrange prior to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't just go and it happens, you know?
Yeah.
But call the soup.
I mean, it happens in Beijing.
Apparently.
Apparently.
We're going to rescue you right now and let you go. Okay? Somebody's going to scoop in and take you. Teeks, thank you so much, as always.
I'll see you at 7, don't make it sound like we're just gone forever. 7 o'clock,
She's
back here with the news.
That's right.
In fact, that's all the time we have for our headline this morning. So coming up next, God made us in his own image. So becoming more Christ-like must be top priority. That's the discussion in Wednesday service. So stay with us.
Stay with us.
Stay with us. A jet to holiday.
Say it in Spanish.
Spanish.
Okay, bien aquí. I don't know what
No,
that means.
that's not. That's come here. That's come here.
Okay.
Let's come here. Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll Google it.
Adios.
God.
On match day 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face perennial rivals Calabar, who are flying high in the round of 16. KC must get at least a point to have a chance of advancing, but even then, their fate won't be in their own hands. It's a season full of surprises that could leave the famed Purples singing the blues. It's KC versus Calabar in a 4:15 p.m. showdown in the Issa Manning Cup this Wednesday, December 3, live and exclusive on CVM TV. Before that, Mona High look to move into the quarterfinals, but standing in their way is the mighty Jamaica College. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The doubleheader comes to you from the Stadium East Field. Catch the live action on CVM TV, CVMtv.com, and CVM Television Jamaica on YouTube. Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's a live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
We are back. Yes, we are back. After 37 days, schoolboy football is back, but under different circumstances. Far different circumstances.
The confirmed death toll from Hurricane Melissa has climbed to 45.
The destruction Hurricane Melissa left in her wake is undeniable. The disruption of lives, displacement, and in some cases, absolute desperation were palpable. But in the midst of despair, it is sport which can provide an escape. Hope can shine brightly even after the gloom of disaster has brought darkness. And that hope can be found in the teamwork, community, and camaraderie built through sport. Issa Schoolboy Football is aiming to lift the nation's student athletes and the wider Jamaica out of the perils they face after the storm. Even in times of struggle, the Jamaican spirit of resilience will continue to shine through sport.
Welcome back, Sunrise family. Becoming more like Jesus is super important, right? But it's not always easy. Life throws curveballs and sometimes we feel lost. Well, guess what? There's a way to find our footing again, to grow stronger and to really live out what Jesus would do. WWJD, have you ever heard that? I
What
hear
would
it
Jesus
so
do?
often these days. We're talking about a 31-day journey, a devotional called Clothing in Christ. And I know some of you might be thinking that it means sandals and some long, it's a spiritual workout plan. But instead of muscles, we're building qualities like love, peace, and resilience. Here to tell us more is author Amanda Grant Wildman. Good morning.
Good morning, Amanda.
Yes,
how
and
are you?
You are adorned so well. I love this outfit.
Thank you so much, and you guys look amazing as
Thank
well.
you. Thank
it
you
takes
so
one
much.
to know one.
I just want to start with your book, Clothed in Christ. What's the inspiration behind this for you?
Well, thank you for asking me that. The inspiration behind Clothed in Christ was when I was going through my own personal storm, that God really had me to just sit down and do some devotional. And in that time, He told me to write the book, write the vision and make it plain. So He said within 7 days, write a 31-day devotional that it would inspire and encourage other people. And that's exactly what I did. When I wrote the book, I thought it would have published the same time, but it did not. It published right in the time where we had Hurricane Melissa. And it went live on Amazon at that time. And I knew this book was for a purpose to encourage and to uplift the souls and lives of people who are going through at this time.
I want to break it down because people are going through situations where they need actual clothes. They've lost clothes. Now we're talking about symbolically clothing in Christ. What does that mean essentially? When we're thinking about that, what are we thinking about essentially? What's the central theme or message we're trying to bring across to persons?
Okay, so the central theme is that, you know how we adorn ourselves, we put ourselves together to present ourselves here to each other and to the world. We have to put on the characters of Christ, the love, the joy, the peace, the humility, and we have to show that to the world. Because we need love in this time and this day age that we're living in. We really, really need love. We need to extend love. So that's the central theme.
I love that. And you mentioned that the devotional focuses on these Christ-like qualities. You just mentioned love, peace, humility. How did you decide, or how did you decide on which themes to include?
Yes, I decided on what theme to use because I was reading the book of Colossians 3, where it says that we need to take off anger, bitterness, and put on love, joy, peace. And I think that it is fundamental that we do that because Christ, He exemplifies these traits. So we have to put on these traits and reflect Christ.
I know it's a 31-day devotional, but I know there are some days they say, you see that one today, you see this text today. I mean, which one of the days that when you were writing, you were saying, you stopped and said, this one really spoke to or is speaking to my heart?
Day one. Watch your thoughts because they become your words. Be careful of the things that you think. Always try to think positive no matter what you are going through. Try to think positive. Try to speak life, even in situations of difficulties and trials. What we speak is what we see.
Amen.
And I am just so honored when I speak positivity. Yeah.
And that stuff is not easy because yesterday I saw a video. It was on the news. A certain business place closed down because of Melissa, and there was a video of all the workers outside the gate, obviously wanting their pay. You know, that's a tough situation. How could you encourage them? What's the right thing to do? You know, because you just said it. You said even in a tough situation, you still need to speak positive. Give us some practical ideas or some examples of how you would approach a situation like that, which is so tough.
Okay. Well, after the passing of Melissa, Hurricane Melissa, persons feel very down and very low in spirit. But I believe that a positive attitude will conquer anything at all. A positive attitude will bring you places and put you in rooms where you wouldn't even think or imagine, and it will open doors for you. And when you speak the word of God over your life, you will find that God will come through for you. Just to have a positive mind is the key. Yes.
I love that. So well said. You're so enthusiastic. I love the joy that you're bringing to us this morning. I think everybody needs to hear exactly what you're saying, but how can we get our hands on your book?
Well, it is available on Amazon. And of course, you can contact me on TikTok, Amanda Grant Wildman, and I will schedule how to deliver it.
All right, perfect. Do you think a good thing to do along with this is to journal while you're doing it? Like, what would be your advice going through the book?
Yes, journaling. And I have some declarations in it too. Morning declaration where you speak life over yourself because it's so good to command your morning.
Yeah. And to push people towards the book. You gave us one already. Watch your thoughts. Can you give us just a couple more from a couple days that,
Clothe yourself in peace. It's good to adorn yourself in God's peace. When you walk with peace, you attract everything good.
I love that.
Everything good.
I love that.
And you pass on peace. And it's like peace is something that even when you are happy, he's happy. So you pass it on to everyone. And it's infectious. So people need that.
Even when people come try to take your peace and test your peace. Just give them peace at peace.
Exactly.
Oh, I love that.
Attract
Clothed in Christ. That's what we're to look for on Amazon. Or we can check you out online.
Yes.
Where?
TikTok, Amanda Grant Wildman.
Awesome. Thanks.
Amanda Grant, brace yourself in because now you have said it on air. Get ready for the orders and those deliveries.
Yes, and your joy was infectious today. So thank you
so much.
I believe a church is going to buy copies for every member.
And
as
churches,
Christmas
schools,
gifts.
these are great gifts. I'm looking for the kids' book next. I would love to see that happen. Why not? Right?
Yes, true. You're reading my mind.
There you go. Our guest has been Amanda Grant Wildman, author of Clothing in Christ. Clothed in Christ. Remember, it's a journey, not a race. Keep those daily readings going. Reflect on the words and pray. And always ask yourself, what would Jesus do? All right, let's go to the break. More Sunrise coming up right after this.
There's something special about our Jamaican people. Even through the toughest of time, you find a reason to smile. And here at Digicel, we take our inspiration from you. That's why we're partnering with every single Jamaican. We're gifting a smile to our brothers and sisters who need it most. So Christmas will look different this year. We're hitting the road, we're reconnecting with our customers, we're gifting a smile, and we're restoring hope. We are relentless, and we will never stop showing up for you.
The Chris and Charles Merry Money Mania loan promotion. This Christmas, borrow big and win bigger. Get $1.5 million or $2 million in loans at special reduced rates, plus a chance to win your share of $1 million. And new customers get double entries. The promotion runs from October 15 and is now extended to January 30, 2026. Visit any Chris and Charles branch or chrisandcharles.com for details. Chris and Charles, making life merry again. Conditions apply. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Thanks so much for staying with us. In today's edition of Well, Yes, we focus on the emotional and psychological challenges many Jamaicans are experiencing this holiday season in the wake of Hurricane Melissa. While the festive period is often associated with joy and family and celebration, it can also be a time of heightened stress and grief and anxiety and, of course, financial strain, especially for those still rebuilding their lives after Melissa. So joining us in studio today is our counseling psychologist, chief executive psychologist at KAD Morgan and Associates, Dr. Kai Morgan, who will guide us through understanding the impact of trauma and loss on mental health as well during the holidays. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Morgan. Listen, as we approach, you know what I was thinking as Tammy was reading, I was saying, if both of us, our entire street, the same community, we have had the same experience, you know, like we have losses, you know, to what we've owned. How do we talk to each other if everybody has done at the same time? You cannot lean on your neighbor because you and your neighbor is going through the exact same thing. It's so challenging. So the question really is, you know, how can we approach the taking care of our emotional well-being at this time, especially in a time that forces us to think that is celebratory.
Right.
You know?
Yes, because our expectation is
it's Christmas.
That, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to run a boat, we're going to whatever it might be, right? And get together. But, you know, what you said there a while ago about that same thing, that collective experience that we're having, that collective trauma that we're having, we may feel like we can't lean on, but actually we're leaning more on, you know, on our neighbors, on our communities, etc. Each one, you know, give one, and receive and help each other, because it's absolutely necessary when you're all going through, as again in the same community, you're dealing with a similar thing. This is the time that you actually pull a little together. It kind of will tell what the community is made of, you know, how they're going to kind of respond. But taking care of your emotional and psychological needs are absolutely critical now, and we're seeing the uptick in people recognizing that, you know what, this is something I need to pay attention to because I feel different, I'm moving different, you know, that kind of thing. So it's really important.
And it's a difficult time anyway for anybody who has experienced any type of trauma. I mean, of course, we're talking about as it pertains to Melissa, but just in general, if you've had any trauma, if you've had any grief around this time, maybe, you know, there are so many things that we have to be dealing with anyway, and then you add displacement to it and all these other things, it can feel like it's just a mountain you can't climb.
Yes, absolutely, because Christmas season is a time that we actually do usually see an uptick, because again, there's a lot of expectations. This is what everybody is doing, celebration.
You're supposed to be happy.
But I feel this way because I don't have my mother, I don't have my whatever it may be, you know, and whoever it may be. And so this now adds another layer of trauma and loss to people's experiences. So it's something to watch out for.
I do want to ask, sorry, before you say, you mentioned earlier about the community coming together and being able to help each other out. But practically, what does that look like? If I see somebody struggling, say, with grief or with, what does that look like for me as somebody in a supporting role? What do I say? What do I not say? How can I show up? What do I do? What is okay? What is not okay?
So you know, the thing is that, you know, a lot of times when we're trying to relate with other people, sometimes we don't have that experience. And so it's kind of, you're coming from this place trying to empathize. Especially if you're in the same community, you probably have a similar experience. Yes, you might have lost more or less or whatever, but first of all, it's the non-judgment, right? It's that everybody is going through something, whichever level each person is going through. So one of the important things is, you know, and a lot of people will say it, you know, for example, we have life, right?
I think it's really important when you're in a supportive role that you allow the person to come to that conclusion.
Right.
You don't tell them, you know, oh, you should be grateful. You should have life. You have life. You know, somebody else lost more than you. You know, things like that. Let them, you know, don't push that to them, you know, but you're listening a lot and you are, you know, watching and observing because you can see some changes, right? We expect some changes, that's natural. Right. So you might see some shifts in how they usually relate to you, for example. And that might be okay, especially for the first few weeks, right? But as we go along, we would like some to see, quote unquote, normally, some kind of settling back into as you move through, but this is a long-term thing as well, right? And many people are still without, right? And so we're watching for those changes. We're watching for maybe there's not sleeping, you know, that we've been hearing that a lot, you know? There's more anxiety, you know? I hear the wind, what is that? You know? Yeah, exactly, the rain, right? We had a gentleman tell us that he can't shower because the sound of the water, you know, is too triggering, too traumatizing right now, you know, things like that. So we are looking for some of these things happening, you know, amongst ourselves, you know, because we're, again, ourselves too, but also our community members.
You know, it's so important to get the guidance from you, you know, as a psychologist, because oftentimes we don't know how to approach these situations, because I'm listening to you and I'm thinking, okay, then the best thing it seems is I should be more listening than speaking. I'm saying, no, I should be speaking because I can speak good words or encouraging words, because words is power. But what I mean, perhaps you need to give me a crash course, I mean, because some persons who are watching are like, yes, I want to know, what's the standard approach? Do I be quiet and listen more? Or do I say encouraging things? I mean, I don't know.
Yes, and you can say encouraging things, right? So you can say things like, you know, well, I'm here to support you. If you need anything, you know, let me know. Let's talk. You want us to go sit down, go watch something, listen to some music together, you know, things like that. You definitely, you know, things that encourage connection. And exactly, I know that this is hard.
Skip over that.
Boy, we'll go through this together, right? There, you know, that things like that. You can say all of those things, you know. Just being careful not to push what you think they should feel.
Yes.
With your, that's the little key right there.
That's a good marker, and that brings me to this next question, because there's a lot of pressure generally to be okay, and I think that's partly sometimes put on by people who want you to be okay. Like, we just want you to be okay. Can you just be okay? Everything's gonna be okay. I did it all the time when my children are crying. I'm like, it's okay. It's not okay.
And it's fine not to be okay.
And it's okay that we're not okay right now.
Exactly.
So talk a little bit about this pressure to be okay right now, to be happy, to be fine with everything happening, and our advice there.
Yeah, so I think, as you said, it's absolutely fine not to be okay, right? I think because the trauma is so collective that there's a sense of understanding that that's okay at this time, you know, versus other Christmas seasons, right? You know, but that is really, really critical, that it's fine if you don't feel like it, right? If you don't, it's all right. And so that non-judgmental attitude, again, is going to be very important, you know, because if they don't want to, then just give them a little break, give them a little space this time, give them a blind, right? You know?
I can't help but think if there are local resources or support services available for those who may need help, but lack the financial means to do so. Because we all know that it's not necessarily the most affordable thing to be able to get, and it's not accessible to everyone. But is there anything that anywhere people can go to get support?
I would definitely encourage that they reach out to their regional health authority, right? So the Western Regional Health Authority, the Southern Regional Health Authority would be the key places now, based on the parishes most affected, and they definitely have some of that information. Our child guidance clinics are still open, still, you know, trying to kind of function within everything, you know, whether it's a makeshift space or whatever it is, they're still trying to function, and they can definitely give you information, because there are a lot of people and a lot of organizations on the ground. So even if they are not able, they can point you and say, oh, you know, I know that there's something going on here and there's some mental health and psychosocial support. You could reach out here. They're very aware of what's happening in the area. So I would say reach out, you know, that your Ministry of Health and Wellness, of course, right? And the different regions, they will have that information. You know, us at our practice, Dr. K.A.D. Morgan and Associates as well, we do give some, you know, some of that kind of support, and at very much reduced kinds of costs as well, especially in this time. So that's also available, and you might find that a number of other private practitioners are doing things like that, you know, especially in this time, you know.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Well, I think you're doing incredible work.
I could talk to you all morning.
Exactly, and it's a reminder that, you know, talking to each other, being there for each other, it helps. And so even if it's somebody to look on and say, boy, this roughy, you can sit with somebody on the bench and say, it is. And we can still find hope somewhere along the line.
You're very welcome.
Big thanks to Dr. K.A.D. Morgan's Chief Executive Psychologist of K.A.D. Morgan and Associates. TK is on standby with your morning news, so stick and stay.
Taste the BK new cheesy jalapeno Whopper combo for only $1,350. The time by Burger King is.
This Christmas, Benjamin's is bringing the flavor and the prizes. Win your share of over $1.5 million in rewards with the Benjamin's Flavor the Holidays promotion. From November 15 to December 29, spend a minimum of $2,000 on any Benjamin holiday bundle
for a chance to win instant prizes, weekly rewards, and grand prize giveaways. Scan the QR code in-store, WhatsApp 876-859-5651, or visit pabenjamin.com to enter.
Bake it, cook it, mix it. Benjamin's will flavor it. Authorized under Section 58 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
A surprise defeat on match day 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face perennial rivals Calabar, who are flying high in the round of 16. KC must get at least a point to have a chance of advancing, but even then, their fate won't be in their own hands. It's a season full of surprises that could leave the famed Purples singing the blues. It's KC versus Calabar in a 4:15 p.m. showdown in the Issa Manning Cup this Wednesday, December 3, live and exclusive on CVM TV. Before that, Mona High look to move into the quarterfinals, but standing in their way is the mighty Jamaica College. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The doubleheader comes to you from the Stadium East Field. Catch the live action on CVM TV, CVMTV.com, and CVM Television Jamaica on YouTube.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Climate Change Minister Matthew Samuda says Jamaica continues to push countries in the global north to fulfill financial commitments to countries like Jamaica on the front line of the devastating effects of climate change. He was providing an update in Parliament following his recent trip to COP30, held in Brazil.
Jamaica's key objective at COP30 was to secure operational, predictable finance for adaptation, resilience, and loss and damage, certainly including access modalities appropriate for SIDS. Anchor and defend the 1.5 degree limit with clear plans and milestones, while also pushing for quicker grant-based adaptation finance and simplified access procedures. With this goal in mind, Madam Speaker, several working meetings and bilateral engagements were undertaken with the following entities to further this target, including, but not limited to, the Fund for Responding to Loss and Damage, the Climate Investment Fund, the IDB, the Caribbean Development Bank, the Global Environment Facility, the NDC Partnership, the Green Climate Fund, and the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure.
Minister Samuda further explained funding of up to US $20 million is expected later this month for recovery efforts with water and agriculture.
Madam Speaker, I met with the Fund for Responding to Loss and Damage and their team. For note, for colleagues, this fund is housed at the World Bank as per the COP decision of 2028 in Dubai. Of note, the FRLD has a current total of $250 million for disbursement in its first installment commencing December 15, 2025. And each country is able to access between 5 and 20 million with a maximum of 2 projects. Madam Speaker, these meetings were highly successful. They have agreed to come on that working visit, and they have indicated in writing that they will be minded to support Jamaica's application for $20 million, which is the maximum allowable by country, from the fund, and we'll be submitting on December 15th.
And in sports now, Mount Pleasant won the 2025 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup after a thrilling 2-all draw with Universidad O&M FC of Dominican Republic at the National Stadium on Tuesday to win 3-2 on aggregate. The St. Anne-based Mount Pleasant entered the contest leading 1-0 from the first leg last week, but trailed twice to the 10-man Universidad O&M FC before securing the draw with an 87th minute goal from Tyreek McGee. Mount Pleasant becomes the fourth Jamaican team to win the trophy, joining Cavalier last year, Harborview FC in 2004 and 2007, and Portmore United in 2005 and 2018. Glenmuir, Clarendon College, Steths, Kemps Hill and Dint Hill secured their spots in the quarterfinal round of the Issa da Costa Cup, joining Cornwall College, McGrath High and Cristiano, who had already made progress on Tuesday. This after mixed results on Tuesday. Cornwall College beat Christiana High 3-1. Kemps Hill thrashed Old Harbour High 5-0. Steths cruised past Ocho High 3-0. Manning's School and Manchester High played out a 3-all draw, and Dint Hill had a 1-0 win over McGrath High. In the meantime, CVM TV's live and exclusive doubleheader today featuring Mona High versus Jamaica College and Kingston College taking on Calabar takes the spotlight as the Issa Manning Cup culminates today. Mona High and Kingston College must avoid defeat in order to have a chance of qualifying for the last 8. In other matches, Hydel High play Campion College, knowing a win will mean they qualify for the quarterfinal round. That match kicks off at 4:15 and is the feature in a doubleheader from Waterhouse Mini Stadium. Before that, St. Jago High take on Eltham High at 2 p.m. in the Curtain Raiser. A win or draw for Eltham will be enough to take them through to the next round. And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. There's more Sunrise for you coming up after this.
We want a piece for Jamaica. Yeah. Yo, what are you?
Oh man, none of that. No, brother, no, man.
Can I see you ever play ref? No, Tiggy, I'm not playing.
Yeah, but I look a bad game. No, I said, place when you come from, brother, I want to live good, man. I want to live good, brethren. No shake hand, I can play a little bad, brethren.
Really have to shake hand?
Yeah, man, and no badness, brethren. Just live good, man.
Come together as one and make the violence done.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Turbulence to future, I'm have to end that CVM. See it happen. We've got the love others are searching for. I'm still loving you, even though you're gone. I could have been one of the most notorious. Keep it royal. Give thanks and praise for life. Thank you very much. Go bang!
We are back. Yes, we are back. After 37 days, schoolboy football is back, but under different circumstances. Far different circumstances.
The confirmed death toll from Hurricane Melissa has climbed to 45.
The destruction Hurricane Melissa left in her wake is undeniable. The disruption of lives, displacement, and in some cases, absolute desperation were palpable. But in the midst of despair, it is sport which can provide an escape. Hope can shine brightly even after the gloom of disaster has brought darkness. And that hope can be found in the teamwork, community, and camaraderie built through sport. ISA Schoolboy Football is aiming to lift the nation's student athletes and the wider Jamaica out of the perils they face after the storm. Even in times of struggle, the Jamaican spirit of resilience will continue to shine through sport. A surprise defeat on matchday 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face perennial rivals Calabar, who are flying high in the round of 16. KC must get at least a point to have a chance of advancing, but even then, their fate won't be in their own hands. It's a season full of surprises that could leave the famed Purples singing the blues. It's KC versus Calabar in a 4:15 p.m. showdown in the Issa Manning Cup this Wednesday, December 3, live and exclusive on CVM TV. Before that, Mona High looked to move into the quarterfinals, but standing in their way is the mighty Jamaica College. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The doubleheader comes to you from the Stadium East Field. Catch the live action on CVM TV, CVMtv.com, and CVM Television Jamaica on YouTube.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
if you could smell how it smells here, you know, I mean, trust me, it smells delectably delightful.
Okay.
This Christmas, Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records is leaning into what Jamaicans need most right now: comfort, flavor, a little lift of joy after a tough stretch for the island. The team has created a special 3-course Christmas plate, complete with a festive cocktail meant to give families an affordable way to enjoy the season without sacrificing the traditions, you know, traditions that we love, you know. Giselle Cohen, marketing, sales manager, and Shoshana McMahon, executive chef of Tracks and Records Kingston, is here to tell us so much more. Very good morning to you.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here. And perky to money. I love that. I want to just start with what inspired Usain Bolt's Tracks and Records to create this very special Christmas plate. Is that what we're calling it? The Christmas plate. Especially at the time when you guys are amidst your own rebuilding efforts based on what happened in Montego Bay. So tell us about how this came about and why it's so important to do something like this.
Sure. It's an annual initiative. We do it every year, but this year, as you know, it's more special. So we also wanted to remind our guests that we're still here, we're still doing it, regardless of what happened in Montego Bay. And we want to show off our festive plates.
It smells great.
I wanted to walk me through the special menu, you know, because, you know, sometimes when you eat some food, it make you feel like you want to dance like this. Take me through what's here, what's plated here now.
All right, so we have our stew beef here. It's our chipotle roast beef. We have our ham, honey glazed ham, and our pork chops.
And of course some rice and peas.
Yes, gungo rice and peas and the Christmas cake.
Oh, got it. That looks so great. How can I see that you look like you're going to cook something over there. That's the first thing that I see happening over there, Chef. Is our stove on and everything? You're good with everything that's going on over there? Yes. Perfect. When does this menu officially start? Like I'm seeing this, somebody's watching this and saying, yeah man, I want a little Christmas plate. When does this officially start?
So our Christmas plate is from December 19th to the 27th. So it's a week and little bit activity, and that's how long it will be.
So the whole Christmas week then, I mean?
Yes, the week leading up to Christmas and after.
So if I go to them and I get no Christmas plate?
No, not yet.
How does it work? Like when I come, do I get, do I choose a meat? Do I get all three? Do I get two? How does it work?
So it's a 3-course meal. You'll choose from the appetizer, the entree, and the dessert. We are having a tiered menu this year. So we have the bronze, the silver, and the gold menu. So when you come in on the 19th to the 27th, we'll be able to show you more.
Got it.
Can I only enjoy it dining in, or can I?
No, man, you can definitely do takeouts. You can give us a call, or you could order online through the online
portal. Chef, what are we cooking up over there?
We're cooking some Scotch bonnet pork chops.
Okay. And that's what's featured on the menu, obviously, is the Scotch bonnet pork chops. And I even see some apples going there.
Right, with caramelized apples.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, how do you come up with a menu like this and give it like your own special twist? Because, you know, it's Christmas Day dinner, but how do you find your own twist for things like this?
All right, so how I came up with this menu is based on, you know, it's Christmas and we are Jamaican, so you know we like enough things in our plates. So the fact that we like enough things in our plate, I was thinking based on, all right, it's Christmas, so once it's Christmas, we have to think family like. True. It's a feast. So the pork chops was like every Jamaican, you don't know, majority, like few Jamaicans don't eat pork, but majority do. The ham is a must-have. Our Christmas cake is a must-have. And our gungo rice and peas, we have to switch from the regular rice and peas. So.
And I love this idea of this like roast beef as well.
Chipotle,
Yeah, the chipotle style.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Like,
I love that.
You know, sometimes when they give certain names to some food, like it looks nicer. Chipotle. You know. But the decorations on it, because you know I eat with my eyes, it looks.
It does look nice, and it smells nice. It does smell nice. So, what locations are offering? Well, this is going to be the Kingston location that we're
Yes.
Okay.
The Montego Bay location is
obviously
not
out of operation
so it's
now.
just the Kingston location.
Got it. Okay. And then
So if you leave from Mobile and come to Kingston.
that's actually a good idea. I like that. Yeah, you can come and you can have your lunch. Is it just the dinner service? Can I come lunchtime and get it? Or is it happening all day? Like
it's throughout the day.
It's throughout the day. Okay. The Scotch bonnet are reach you. Never mind. And we don't need to make any reservations. Can we just walk in?
Yes, you can just walk in, or you could order and pick up. Either or.
Okay.
Sounds nice.
Got
Listen, you walk on now. Friday my birthday, right? But I have to wait till the 19th.
Correct.
So I'm going to tell you from early. So on the 19th, we're going to pretend that it's my birthday.
So you want excitement?
Yeah.
Sure, no problem. We can do that for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I love the idea of this Christmas plate, and I just kind of want to get a feel of, at the heart of it, what you want people to feel when they come in and they dine and they say, you know what, we want a Christmas plate.
Yes.
What are you hoping that people will feel when they partake in this amazing meal?
Yeah, it's very important for us to remind our fellow Jamaicans and our guests that the season is still about family and gathering. We also want to remind them that we're still offering group packages for staff events or luncheons. They could come in, have a group, or they could dine in with a smaller group.
That's a good idea. I like that. So I'm thinking like teachers even, like, you know, sometimes they do like a celebration at the end of the term. It might be a nice thing for them to do. I like that. Might be a nice gift to give your staff who come together. I love that idea. Or if you have a big family, it could be a nice way to celebrate as well. So I love that. And guess what? You don't have to wash up.
We have that covered.
And you don't have to cook. Somebody else can do it for you. All right, so we finished up our pork chop over there now. Remind us again the dates that this will start and end when it runs.
It's from December 19th to the 27th, or Christmas plate.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Everything looks delicious. We want to taste the cake there. Anybody want to cut
You can from the 19th to the 27th.
Because it looks like it might sound nice.
You can just dig in. You can dig in.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Thank you. All right, well, while I dig in, our guests have been Giselle Cowan, Marketing and Sales Manager,
No sauce,
and
already.
Trishana McMahon, Executive Chef, Tracks and Records, Kingston. Up next from Tracking the Food record. To Tech Time with Emma Sharp. Who's writing this stuff? I'm going to eat some cake. Oh, I always wanted to just dig into a cake like this.
You can.
Oh my goodness, and it looks so fudgy. Yum. Let's go. Awesome.
Have rum?
No. You got rum? You got rum.
Jamaica's borders is a key priority for the Jamaica Customs Agency. The JCA will remain vigilant and resolute in effectively fulfilling this mandate. The time brought to you by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 7:15 a.m.
You good, Mark? No, I know. From what day me have these terrible heartburns. I don't know why. What kind of food you eating? To tell you the truth, I mostly eat fast food. I live alone and I'm too busy for cook my youth. That's your problem. You're eating too much processed food and building up trans fats. Trans fats? What that? Trans fats is a type of fats in a processed foods like fried chicken, fries, donuts, and them things there. So how that cause heartburn? So eating trans fats can cause heartburn or acid reflux. So if you don't stop eat it or cut back on the amount you eat, things can get worse. Like what? You can get heart attacks, stroke, type 2 diabetes, or even die. But fats and oils no important for eat my youth. Yes, but the healthy kind in a vegetable aisle, nuts, seeds, and fish. Okay, no, I'm gonna switch up my diet starting today. Just remember to balance it out with your fresh fruits, vegetables, and ground provision.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
A surprise defeat on match day 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face perennial rivals Calabar, who are flying high in the round of 16. KC must get at least a point to have a chance of advancing, but even then, their fate won't be in their own hands. It's a season full of surprises that could leave the famed Purples singing the blues. It's KC versus Calabar in a 4:15 p.m. showdown in the Issa Manning Cup this Wednesday, December 3, live and exclusive on CVM TV. Before that, Mona High looked to move into the quarterfinals, but standing in their way is the mighty Jamaica College. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The doubleheader comes to you from the Stadium East Field. Catch the live action on CVM TV, CVMtv.com, and CVM Television Jamaica on YouTube.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Center.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
CVM, you know. But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Greatness begins here.
Yeah, man, this is Graham Smagan. I want you to keep watching CVM TV, be inspired, be informed, right? See it happen right here on CVM TV. Morgan Heritage till year 3000 and beyond. Graham Smagan say that. See it? Blessings.
Don't come online till you're 30.
All right, listen. Life is so different for teenagers. I remember when I was a teenager a couple of years ago. But anyway, let me talk about that in a short while.
Tablets look very different back then, and you used to have to chisel a message.
I remember when I was a teenager. Teenagers, they have become used to sharing what they are doing and what they're at and where they're at any possible given time.
Mm-hmm.
They think they are simply sharing with their friends, not realizing how far-reaching the online world actually is. So much so it may even lead to in-person dangers. Cyberbyte founder Emma Sharp Dalton Brown is back this morning to warn teenagers to keep a sharp mind and to stop and think about what they are posting and when and where throughout the Christmas season as they head out to friends, to parties and to other events this morning.
Yeah, interesting topic.
Emma Bright.
Emma Smart. No, this is an interesting topic because it's something that seems so harmless, like just sharing with your friends in stories, just reaching here or just leaving here or whatever it may not be as harmless as
they think. Correct, exactly.
Why is that so? I want to hear
so, well, let's get straight into it. Good morning, Sunrise. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning, IT. Right, so teens, this is especially for you. Online sharing over Christmas may lead to in-person dangers. All right, so if we get straight into it. Okay, so 16-year-old twins, Gabby and Justin, are sitting their end-of-term Christmas exams like many are doing between this week and next week. Both of them are super stressed as this is their CSEC year. Gabby posts this photo on her Instagram story and she writes the caption, "What I'm really feeling about this week's exams." Right? So she's like, "Oh, help." Right? This is not unusual for teens to do. Justin plays the drums. He and his classmates are performing in their school's Christmas concert. He takes numerous snaps on Snapchat and shares them on his story, which of course is live sharing, right? If we move to the next slide, so have these stories in mind, not unusual, right? We've gone too far. We've gone too far. If we go back, there's a slide missing, but I will tell you, right, here we go. On Christmas Eve, Gabby goes out with her friends to eat in the food court at Sovereign Center. She posts a photo with her friends on her Instagram story with the caption, "Out with my BFFs, getting froyo," then watching Wicked. So she's saying what she's doing now and what she's about to do. We go on to the next slide. During intermission, we all know intermission at movies, a handsome boy approaches Gabby just as she's bought her popcorn. She's by herself, her friends are still inside the movie theater. He comes up to her, "Hi, Gabby. Oh my gosh, how cool to run into. Do you remember me? Zachary. I was in first form, right, with you and Justin, her brother. But I was in his class, so not yours. I left at the end of second form, but I keep in touch with Justin." Gabby doesn't remember him. She's kind of like a little awkward, but he is cute after all. And he does seem to know her brother, so she kind of goes along with it. Zachary continues, "Hey, how did exams go? You were always smart. I'm sure you're going to ace your CSEC. I really wanted to come back to school for the Christmas concert, but I was helping my grandma. I saw videos though. Justin is very good at the drums. Hey, do you want to step outside for a few minutes? The AC is getting a little cold." "Sure," says Gabby, because she's like, of course. He must know who I am. He obviously knows me. We've got 15 minutes until the movie starts back, right? So there's little dangers here. Let's talk about that. Let's go back a little bit just to talk about this slide a little bit, right? So, all right, okay, so seems like he must know who she is, right? She must know, and she's kind of not, she doesn't remember him. There's like 250 in the year, that sort of thing. So a few little red flags here, right? But he's put in things like, "Oh, I'm helping my grandma. I know Justin." He also knows what they've all been doing. The exams, the Christmas concert, playing the drums, that sort of thing, right? And she's about to step outside. Maybe they'll just go for a little walk. Could it be dangerous? Let's move on to the next slide. On Christmas morning, Justin sends a snap on his Snapchat story of himself holding his new iPhone 17 with the caption, "This might just be aura." Okay, so he's like, you know what that means, IT?
No.
Oh, you should ask. You ask any teenager. Basically, cool would be the thing. I'm sure that they're rolling their eyes now, the teenagers, but it's like to have aura. Okay, not an unusual thing to post. If we move on to the next slide, right? So like any self-respecting teenager, Justin uses SnapMap and shares his own location on SnapMap. Of course, it's very useful for your friends to know exactly where you are at all times, especially when you're meeting up with them and going out to parties. Or is it? Let's move on.
SnapMap.
Yes.
Wow.
And on that note, Justin and Gabby go out with their friends from school on Boxing Day night to I Love Soca. Justin sends this snap to his SnapMap story using his new iPhone 17. Gabby posts a photo on her Instagram story. So now it's gone out on 2 platforms. What are the dangers? Let's unpack the dangers. Have a look at this photo, right? So he's posting, can we go back a bit? So he's posting back. Do you see I've circled the ocean spray?
Yes.
So people can find exactly where they are in the party. He's talked about his iPhone 17. What's he exposing himself to?
Theft.
theft.
Big time.
Yes.
Right? And then he's posting of he and his friends, they're by Ocean Spray, right? And remember all of those other things that people can come up to them and pretend they know them because they've already posted things about their lives. So, and children don't really think, I know teenagers think they know it all, but they're not thinking about what they've previously posted and how people can build a story, right? So lastly, we have some tips, right? Teens, take care of how you share. Never share your location, especially with Snap Maps. So switch that off. Do not post photos while you're still at the event or venue. Be mindful of sharing your hobbies and your interests or your activities of what you're doing online. Do not share other people's photos, hobbies, interests without permission. We discussed permission last week. Be mindful about boastful posts because this could lead to jealousy, right? Cyberbullying, but also theft and in-person theft. Do not post where you're going to be next. Don't say we're here and we're about to go to the movies, right? Never follow anyone anywhere unless it's a close friend. So these are the sort of in-person dangers your online posting can put them in. And remember, your prefrontal cortex is not developed until your mid-20s. So these smart teenagers, they don't think about all the right, and young and even adults do, right? They don't think about the repercussions that their entire story is built up. So you have to be mindful that if somebody does come up to you and says things about you and you don't know them, go, oh, wait a second, they know that because I post. As opposed to they know that because they really know my best friend. And if you are absolutely certain you can handle that and you know that you'll keep out of danger, or you understand the responsibility that when you post, people know about you because you post, not because they know you. And that's the difference. And actually, that is the most important thing, is to understand the difference. And that goes for all of us whenever any of us post, right? Just understand that it's because we're posting as opposed to people knowing us.
These are some great tips. I love it. I think it's good for everybody to be mindful of this. And it's something that we adults became very aware of, when this all became a thing. Things were on our phone that we didn't even realize, like sharing location, like we'd have to go into settings and actually turn those things off. So it's just another thing that we need to be worried about.
Be a skeptic. Honestly, you have to kind of be a skeptic. I know I don't know you. You know me because you've seen me on social media, but I don't know you. And you would get this a lot. You've been on TV a lot. You're going to get where people might pretend they know you, but you're used to that. And those of us who people don't know as much, we need to understand that it's actually, they might have spotted us on social media.
Exactly.
Right.
And just to be so aware.
And just to be aware and careful about it. And don't fall for like, no, man, I know you.
Yeah, man. Great tips as always. Love that. And again, one more thing to look out for and to talk to your teens about and say, hey, the season is coming up where everybody linking
and
up.
And college kids coming back as well.
Maybe we don't need to share certain things. And it doesn't mean you can't share, but maybe there's an appropriate
or do it the next day, right? Post your party pictures the next day.
And it won't kill the vibe, guys.
No.
Yeah, this is so important.
They're not watching. To the parents, just tell them it won't kill their aura. They can aura farm later. You see what I'm saying?
Correct. Aura farming.
I'm learning these new words.
Yeah, it's a whole new world, and we do have to learn, and we have to change, and we have to grow as it does. So there you go. Thank you so much.
I was just about to post a picture,
that you're here. Well, everybody knows we're here now.
I know that's not.
We even gave out the address. Please stay where you are. That's it for Tech Time with our friend Emma Sharp Dalton Brown, Cyberbright founder. It's time for us to take a break. I'm going to take a tech break this Christmas. Stay with us, guys. Tech time. I love it. Great. Yeah, things you know.
Employers and householders. Access the Hard NSTA Trust Skills Registry today to employ trained and certified skilled professionals. The time by Heart is
7:30.
Burger King. Holla me, holla yo, holla way. Follow me and holla for the new cheesy jalapeno whopper from BK. Hata we say new cheesy jalapeno whopper make we talk in a gypsy. Well a pot, me I forget the new BK cheesy jalapeno whopper. Whole heap of spicy jalapenos and creamy cheese sauce. Get the combo with fries and drinks for $1,350. Holla me, holla yo, holla way. Follow me and holla for the new cheesy jalapeno whopper from BK. It's the new BK cheesy jalapeno whopper from Burger King.
A surprise defeat on match day 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face perennial rivals Calabar, who are flying high in the round of 16. KC must get at least a point to have a chance of advancing, but even then, their fate won't be in their own hands. It's a season full of surprises that could leave the famed Purples singing the blues. It's KC versus Calabar in a 4:15 p.m. showdown in the Issa Manning Cup this Wednesday, December 3, live and exclusive on CVM TV. Before that, Mona High looked to move into the quarterfinals, but standing in their way is the mighty Jamaica College. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The doubleheader comes to you from the Stadium East Field. Catch the live action on CVM TV, CVMtv.com, and CVM Television Jamaica on YouTube.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Now, CVM and Tuxes have joined forces for a major relief effort aimed at supporting families affected by recent disasters. So we'll be highlighting how this partnership came together. But first, did you know that our next guest launched a 5-month hot food relief initiative, preparing and distributing a minimum of 500 hot meals every week to affected communities across Western Jamaica. Now joining us is Managing Director of Tuxie K Catering Limited and Tuxie's, Alexa Von Strale. Welcome.
Welcome,
morning.
Alexa.
Hi.
You know, for those who are watching who have no idea, don't know where they are in the world, give us an idea of your background and work you are obviously most passionate about.
I got into catering. I started catering just out of my parents' house. I didn't go to school. I actually graduated and got certified for medical billing. Came home and just dabbled in the kitchen, posted it on the internet. Friends were like, hold on, you can't invite me. So then I did my first dine-in with Lex. Tammy's been to a couple.
They're amazing.
And after that, catering calls came in. I'm like, you sure you want me to cater? Like, how I can take money from you? I don't know what I'm doing. And then, you know, it's grown. We've been catering for about 10 years now. Up to about 1,500 people is our biggest event so far. And then in COVID, we started sauces, Tuxes, for people to be able to have a taste of Tux at their home.
Which is amazing.
And we're here.
Yeah. And you know, I think it's incredible. Like, you know, when you tell a story like that, you can see how your life can just take a different turn that you just did not expect. And then you thrive in this field in a way that, I mean, your food is delicious. Your sauces are delicious. What a brand you built. But no, you You were one of the first responders, in my opinion. I remember as soon as we had heard this was happening, you and your team stepped up and said, we are going to ensure that 500 meals get out to people who need it, and you just got your team into action. I want to talk a little bit about, you know, how that came about, and that speaks volumes about you, you know?
Oh, thank you. I mean, honestly, when I see everybody around me, everybody is doing something. So it really didn't feel like I was doing anything out of the norm. I felt like everybody was giving in a way they could. And what way could I give more than a hot meal or some food to somebody that had nothing? You know, I mean, everybody was looking online. They could see all the devastation. And then there was a shot that it was a mom and a baby. And then my heart just broke. You know what I mean? And then it was like, she was saying, you know, how is she going to feed her baby? How is she feeding herself to produce milk? You know what I mean? And then there was this other clip of this guy that was getting released, and he's like, we've been hungry. We've been hungry from before Melissa. You know, and I'm like, this needs to be something that's done more than just in the beginning. Who's going to help everybody after Christmas? Are these reliefs going to keep happening? You know what I mean? So that's why I really wanted. I said 5 months because I didn't know how long it would take us to recover.
True.
But you know, who knows? Maybe I can keep going to a shelter or somewhere even after this.
Yeah, maybe
because I've realized so much after doing it.
So true.
And then you've extended and expanded and gotten involved with CVM with their relief. Talk to us about that. You know, what inspired you to partner with CVM?
Well, so I was just seeing that they were going. You guys reached out to us. You guys were going to show the match, and I was like, I would love to donate some food as well. So we sent down 500 meals. We're sending out 500 tomorrow and 500 next week, Thursday.
I love that. How does this partnership, you know, strengthen the response compared to what each organization could maybe do on its own? I'm trying to just pull together how important it is sometimes for us to come together on something and make it work.
Well, I feel like everybody trusts different organizations, you know what I mean? Rather than just me alone. When I partner with different places, like we had Tankwell one time, we tend to, whenever I see anybody going down, I'm like, hey, you want some hot meals as well? You know, when Tammy went down the other day, I was so happy I could send down some meals as well.
500, not some.
So those nights we don't sleep.
Sorry, 499. We didn't want to take one out of the cash, you know?
But no, I feel like, you know, everybody's, you may have some people following along with you, and then that way they can, you know what I mean, see what I'm doing. And get a hold of it, because people are reaching out to us as well.
I love that.
And then you're creating and living new stories, impactful stories. I want to ask you, what has been your most impactful moment thus far in the relief efforts? Is there something that is standing out in your mind now?
Well, like I was saying, we went to a shelter in Catadupa. My family is from Seaford Town in Westmoreland. It's like decimated. It's nothing. It's literally, you just see the concrete floor. They have nothing. They're sleeping in their cars. You know what I mean? It's an 8-month baby. So which is why after that, I said, I can't stop at 5 months. At least I can't do everywhere, because right now we don't have a specific place. Whenever I see anybody going, I try to send, because I don't want to go to one area only, because so much places need the help. But after I saw that, I was like, I have to keep doing something. They can't stop here.
Do you still have your GoFundMe going? Like, can people still donate to keep this going? Because it must be, I mean, you have an entire staff to get the food, to get everything going. It can't just be done on love alone. So how can people support you?
Yes, we still have our GoFundMe. It's in the link in our bio. On our Instagram page. People who don't want to go to GoFundMe because they're saying they don't want them to take any of the money, they transfer it to me directly, or they donate rice, they donate chicken, they do cooking oil, they do gas cylinders. You know what I mean? I don't think anything is too small. Even the boxes that the food goes in, the forks, anything.
Right. I love that. I really love this initiative. I really love what you're doing. Your team, I want to big them up. They're amazing.
It's nothing without them. Because some days I'm like, oh, I'm so tired.
Yes.
No, come, let's go. You know what I mean? And they have also, instead of me paying them, they would rather I buy some zinc or ply, and it's just it's beautiful to see what's happening.
And when we went down, a couple of your team members came with us, and it was just so wonderful to see them just so dedicated to the cause as well. So that's an awesome culture that you're building right there. So thank you so much. I love it, and trust me, it makes I would want to support you 1,000% during this time, outside of this time, because you really are doing good. So thank you.
Thank you, Dixie.
Appreciate it so much.
And I saw show off my Tuxie sauce.
Oh, you need it. Trust me. It Tuxie made me eat vegetable again. Like, you know, them salad dish. I have the nicest salad dressing in them. Trust me. Where we can find you online again?
We're at www.tuxies.com, or you can go to our Instagram. The link is in the bio.
And you can order in Jamaica. We go online and order my things. Them
we deliver
from her and them get delivered. What you feel like? Yes. And they're in stores too, so you can look for them.
When she give me, I'm going to Tux it. Our wonderful guest has been Managing Director, Tuxie K Catering Limited, Tuxies, Alexa Von Trolley. We're gonna Tuxie some break.
What's the past of Tuxie? Taxi.
The president said, when we return, it's time to wrap things up. So please stick and stay. Don't leave.
Right, so Tuxie is the past tense.
Tuxie is the past tense. We're gonna Tuxie it.
We don't have no sense, you know, sorry.
Taxi and Tuxie.
She said, I didn't even get it, y'all. Good luck with that.
Is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
Do it for your best life. Go check your HIV status. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom. Coulda husband, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
There's something special about our Jamaican people. Even through the toughest of time, you find a reason to smile. And here at Digicel, we take our inspiration from you. That's why we're partnering with every single Jamaican. We're gifting a smile to our brothers and sisters who need it most. So Christmas will look different this year. We're hitting the road, we're reconnecting with our customers, we're gifting a smile, and we're restoring hope. We are relentless, and we will never stop showing up for you.
A surprise defeat on match day 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face perennial rivals Calabar, who are flying high in the round of 16. KC must get at least a point to have a chance of advancing, but even then, their fate won't be in their own hands. It's a season full of surprises that could leave the famed Purples singing the blues. It's KC versus Calabar in a 4:15 p.m. showdown in the Issa Manning Cup this Wednesday, December 3, live and exclusive on CVM TV. Before that, Mona High looked to move into the quarterfinals, but standing in their way is the mighty Jamaica College. Kickoff is at 2 p.m. The doubleheader comes to you from the Stadium East Field. Catch the live action on CVM TV, CVMtv.com, and CVM Television Jamaica on YouTube.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, listen, we're going to play ABC Fast and Slow, and if you don't know that game, Tammy's going to explain to you how it works.
No, I'm not. It's ABC Fast or Slow, but it's a holiday edition. So we have to choose ABC Fast or Slow, choose a letter, and then when we get the letter, then we write down things like character, song, place, decoration with that letter. Yeah?
Whoa.
Yeah. So,
that's not easy.
And it has to do with Christmas.
Has to do with Christmas?
Yes, sir.
Oh, like if like G, gunga peas, and
Right. All right. So ABC Fast or Slow?
Fast.
Tell me when to start.
Start. Stop.
M. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, this is a good one. Character. Somebody. Oh. Okay, I'm done. No. I'm married.
Why you always tell my things? I don't tell your things. You tell my things.
Okay. No.
Character Mary.
Me
What's
too.
that?
Mary.
That's me. M-A-Y.
No,
That's
see the R there?
No.
The
Don't
R
put
was
it in
here.
there. Too late. No. I got the point. That's not fair.
I almost
She
put-
wrote M-A-Y in December.
It's supposed to say
you cannot get the point.
Mother Mary.
No, I said Mary.
Okay.
Son, Mary had a little lamb.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Mary Had a Little Lamb has nothing to do with Christmas.
No, but it's Mary.
Nothing. She actually had a little baby.
Patrick, wait.
Not a little lamb. She had a little baby.
All right, place manger.
Fine.
I mean, fine.
Manhattan. Hello.
That have nothing to do with Christmas.
Tell me that.
No,
Okay.
Look here.
You never watch Home Alone?
Nothing.
You never watch Home Alone yet? You must never say Manhattan in Christmas. What do you feel like?
It's Times Square. Oh, yeah, Times Square. Man.
Okay. Decoration.
Merry Christmas tree.
Moss.
I don't understand. Merry Christmas tree.
Moss. Look who won.
You never say Merry Christmas tree.
Look who won. Me. I am the winner.
I'm not doing any more of this, man.
I am the winner.
It's not
there
fair.
We go.
Listen.
Merry Christmas, darling. See Santa there? Santa look like him go through a lot. All right, guys.
Mary had a little lamb.
That is not. Mary had a little child. And his name was Jesus Christ. Hold on, I have to give you a joke the other day.
Thank you for that correction, because Mary couldn't have a little lamb. Anyway.
No, as he says to me the other day, I'm frustrated him. I walk around the house and hear him now. Jesus, take me to the pillar.
Take me to the pillar. That's a new one.
Oh man, I just remembered it as I said Jesus Christ. All right, guys.
Remember, CVM Rebuild Jamaica initiative is also in full effect. The team continues their effort tomorrow in Trelawney, where we'll deliver meals and partnership with mothers. In partnership with mothers, we're also calling viewers to join the cause by donating non-perishables, water, sanitary items and clothing at CVM Television, 69 Constant Spring Road. Yes, come and full up the truck and head out west.
Yes.
All right.
Of course. That's a wrap on our show today. We hope you had fun.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait. Schoolboy football is on today. It's the last 8, right, Andre? It's the last 8, the final 8.
No.
Last 8.
No.
After this weekend, we will know who the last 8 is.
We hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday.
But hold on. It's late, but it's early. What that mean? Early bird tickets for Christmas Comedy Cook-Up starts this weekend. So I'm gonna tell you early, even though it's late. Early. You get it?
Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. And remember,
God without man is still God.
But man without God?
Nothing, nada, zilch.
Vapor.
This.
Bye,
have
guys.
a fantastic day today.
Mary had a little lamb.
When I think the song,
Defeat on match day 1 has left champions KC in a precarious position. They now face